Welcome to Convolution Corporate Connect. My name is Jagannath Thakur and I am the co-founder of KRC. And today we will again visit cyber security. In our earlier video on cyber security, we had shown how to detect and prevent ourselves from cyber security attacks. But in today's video, we are going to explain how a system administrator or an IT infrastructure department can implement cyber security measures in their organization. So in the first step, we divide the infrastructure into four different layers. So we can see that these are the four different infrastructure layers, and we start with the critical infrastructure. The critical infrastructure is our server, our mail server, our ERP server. So this is our critical infrastructure, but that is connected to some external connectivity like internet or WAN. And with that infrastructure is connected our endpoints, like we have desktop users, we have laptop users, we have mobile users or tab users or POS device users. So along with that, we also have some other infrastructure like our printers, our CCTV or biometric. Now all these four layers have been divided because they all need specific security measures and all are different. We cannot say that our organization is safe if we can just uh, take care of one of these layers. We have to take care of all of these. So how do we do that? So here also there are four stages. In the first basic cyber security measures, we just do the basic minimal infrastructure security. But then there is a risk because that is insufficient. So we go to, from basic we can go to protected services. In the protected services, what happens is that we implement standard policies and protocols, but that is also not enough because then we find that we have to do real time monitoring. So we have the monitored services, and monitoring will also give us what happened, but that is also not enough. We have to be proactive. So what we have to do is we have to do managed services. In the managed services, we will take proactive steps to prevent such attacks. So in this life cycle, we have four steps. First one is monitor. So we monitor all our infrastructure and incidents, and then while monitoring, we discover our topology, our network utilization. The next step is detect. How do we detect? We do security assessment, we do penetration testing, and after doing that, we mitigate. We mitigate by taking steps like we remediate gaps and address all the challenges that are there. Now, in the service portfolio, these are the different service types that are available or possible for an organization to take help from other organizations. Like they can take consulting services, they can take managed security services, IT security and infrastructure training for their people. They can get security assessment or infrastructure assessment and mitigate those security gaps. We'll go into each of these and what are the details under each these services. So we start with the consulting services that organizations provide like us. And what we do is we do the planning and design. And these are the different services that are possible for an organization to provide to the end client. And sometimes the organizations do the security assessment of their IT infrastructure network, as and for that we do penetration testing or security testing or full IT risk assessment. Along with security, we also have to do infrastructure assessment. So we check what are the asset inventory, what are the topology and architecture. We scan the endpoint devices and do the capacity planning, performance analysis. And under and compliance, we have the security risk assessment, risk mitigation, risk remediation plan, security advisory, and implementation of standards. We'll go through what are those standards later. And the most important part is the managed security services, in which we have to do remote monitoring and management of IT assets. We can have security operations center services, patch management, security application, deployment and management for remediation and mitigation of activities. So what are the different processes and standards? So we all know about ISO 27001. Similarly, we have other ISOs. We have GDPR in Europe, we have HIPAA compliance, we have PCI compliance, and then we have some standard processes like defined in ITIL or PMI. Technologies involved are like Cisco and others. So technology involvement is like Cisco, Microsoft, VMware, etc., and they provide their own certifications. But beyond that, people have to get certified for IT security or infrastructure or process security. So, what are the IT security certifications? They are like certified ethical hacker, certified EC Council instructor, computer hacking forensic investigator, and CISSP. For process, we have ISO 27001 auditor, PMP certification, ITIL certification. So, any help we need, we can help to get you certified on these certifications. But if you have any more questions, or if you have faced any challenges while implementing these, so write to us, and we shall be able to answer all your queries.